I wanted to do a quick little unboxing of my brand new Oracle deck called the Cerulean Sequence. This is a 60 card numerology deck that I created entirely with blue colored pencil. And the process of making this deck, the main aspect was kind of keeping a sketchbook. I actually filled up 6 sketchbooks in the past year and a half with blue colored pencil drawings. At the beginning, I didn't really know what I was working towards, and then this sequence sort of developed. While I was keeping all these sketchbooks, I was simultaneously getting really into studying numbers and reading about numbers and kind of meditating on them, and numbers kind of like taught me what this deck wanted to become. When I first started drawing it, I wasn't really working towards something. I was in fact trying to make art just for myself again and just try to keep a sketchbook daily and kind of use it as a way to meditate and process, and it ended up turning into this really beautiful project that I'm really proud of. So the deck includes these 60 cards, and there's a whole story and lore behind the cards that you actually can kind of learn as you spend more time with the deck by decoding this language. So down here, you can kind of see it on every card. It's actually an alphabet I developed that you can learn to decode by paying attention and kind of learning more about the sequence. And kind of through that, you learn about the imagery and the origin. And so it comes with a hardcover book in the box that actually I designed to imitate my sketchbook. So it has this sort of different approach to a book than you might be used to, but I think that it also like lets your mind wander a lot. So like this, for example, is one of the card pages. Let's find the one that I have out right now. It's organized by number, and so you kind of flip to the number in the book, and then this is the card meaning page for this card. And I wanted to do this because it was such a raw and personal experience for me making this deck that I wanted it to kind of maintain that feeling, and kind of keeping this colored pencil delicate nature to it was really important. I'm really, really happy with how the printing turned out. It looks just like one of my sketchbooks, which is exactly what I was looking for. And so there's a page for each number in the book. So like this is the page for number 1, and then the cards in that number follow. And then in the beginning, I kind of talk about numerology 101, and I also created 9 different spreads for using this deck that you could also use with other decks if you'd like. And each spread kind of like honors each number and like the different theme of the number. And then I also made a multiplayer card game for the number 0 called Blank Slate, a game of sequence and abrupt endings. And this has been a pretty fun game that I've played with my friends. It's just like a little extra thing I made with this deck. And you basically play down cards in a sequence order, and you can use zeros to kind of like alter the gameplay. But I will cover more of that in the Kickstarter. So this is on Kickstarter currently. It's running just until May 23rd. And if you back the project during the Kickstarter, you get discounted prices, free shipping, also some cool free items that were coming up on stretch goals. And then it will be available afterwards on prismavisions.com. And the cards have this really nice matte blue color. I decided not to go with the foil that I usually do because I don't think that these cards need it, and the delicate colored pencil nature of the cards I think really needs to stand out. And I know this sample has sharp corners, but we're going to go with a slight round. And it's like a beautiful soft touch matte. It feels really nice in your hands. So I wanted to also show one of my sketchbooks. This was the last sketchbook that I used when making the Cerulean Sequence. Somebody asked me in the live the other day if I had any advice for keeping a sketchbook, and the best thing I can say is to not be precious about it and just to kind of let your mind wander. I think that sketchbooks are such a beautiful thing because they're meant to be for ourselves and not shared. I mean, obviously in this situation, I'm sharing it with everyone, but you know, there's a lot of personal things in sketchbooks that you don't need other people to see, and it's for you. And like, I think that not being precious with something and just kind of like letting go is such a great aspect of keeping a sketchbook. You know, there are pages that I rip out and don't like and never want to see again. And I think that a lot of people aren't like really honest about that and think that everything is perfect that other people make, and it's never the case. You know, it's your mind unfolding, and I think that that's what's so beautiful about keeping a sketchbook, and it's such a great opportunity to like let go and feel like free. But yeah, I filled 6 of these when making this deck, and I'm really excited about it. I think that it's a breakthrough for me, and I hope that you enjoy it. And thank you for watching this video. And if you've already backed the project, I appreciate you very much. And even if you haven't, I appreciate your time. And be on the lookout for numbers.